Hello everyone, this is the review of the MoYu WeiSu 4x4. So it came in this box, nothing too special about it, just a box. And it came with one of these instruction things. And also I ordered it off of the Cubicle, so they sent me another pair of springs. They gave me soft springs. Now I've switched to these, so now these are the normal springs and the soft springs are in here. But that was nice. And so I'm kind of still trying out the soft ones, and I guess I'm kind of just too lazy to put the other ones back in, but they both work good, so I don't know, I like the soft now, I guess because I've been using them. So appearance wise, size, here's a ShengShou version 3. They look pretty much the same, but you probably can't see this on camera. The MoYu is, I'd say, maybe half to a max of like 1 millimeter bigger, so it's not a huge difference, but I can still tell. Now that might be because of the way it turns, but it definitely feels bigger, or it could be the sticker spacing. As you can see on the WeiSu, it's a little bit bigger, has bigger spaces, so you know that could give the illusion and kind of make yourself feel like it's a bigger cube, but it's not overly large, so there's no problem there. And of course it's smaller than a Rubik's brand 4x4 by a substantial amount. So turning, it's very smooth, especially the middle slices. That's the kind of big downfall of the ShengShou, is that it catches on those middle slices. This has absolutely no problem with that, so that's a huge improvement over the ShengShou's, or the version 3 really, that I have at least. So but corner cutting wise, it's kind of limited by the tensions I have right now, but like at this point it's too tight, but it's good enough with these tensions. Reverse is not limited by my tensions, and that probably maxes out at a 1/4 QB for the outer layer. Then hold on, normal inner layer is probably 3/4. You probably get a whole one if it was a little bit looser, and then reverse probably about 1/4 again. So not huge, but it's plenty enough for normal solving. If you have any bit of cube control, you'll have no problem. So an interesting design with this cube that I noticed when I took this apart to switch the springs out is that the centerpiece rests on the core at this state. So like when you're not corner cutting, when there's no, you could say, stress on the springs, the centerpiece actually rests on the core. So there's no tension from the springs when it's not corner cutting. So I guess that makes it so it's a lot smoother, but that doesn't really let you adjust tensions to increase or reduce friction that much. So there's only a certain amount that you can increase the friction until, you know, it's just resting on the centerpiece. So I found that a kind of interesting design. I guess it makes it smoother, but whatever it does, it's definitely a good cube. So now I'll go ahead and take it apart and show you some of the pieces. Okay, so pieces wise, this cube is pretty similar to a ShengShou and all the modern like 5x5 within a 4x4 cube designs. So the edge piece here, it's pretty normal looking, you could say. Something interesting though, it has these little flanges off the side, as you can see, and corner piece is very basic, very square looking. So they go together like this, and those little flanges rest right on top of the corner piece right there from the edge piece. And then the centerpiece is once again pretty blocky and normal, but I mean it does give the cube good performance. As you can see, it has a little notch for the anti-locking mechanism, and let's see how that. That's it. I can figure out how to do this. There it is. Okay, and it fits with the edge piece like so. Okay, so pretty normally the flange kind of goes underneath it a little bit, about halfway, but that's about it. Then the internal pieces are also very similar to the ShengShou. Kind of a big jut here and a little flange at the bottom, so that goes with the edge piece like this. And then I think, hold on. Alright, so this is interesting. So the centerpiece here, so this flange at the bottom, that goes underneath both the edge and the corner. So I don't know if that's a kind of anti-popping thing, and I suppose it would be, because if you know, you have to pull out the whole section to get the corner out or the edge out, you know, you have to pull out all those inner pieces along with it. So that's a very clever design there to keep it from popping. And also, the only pops I've really had with this cube, I've only had the middle piece come out a couple times, but I've had some pretty tight tensions too, and I think I had like the little piece come out once or twice also. But popping isn't that bad on this cube. So the little internal piece is pretty standard. It's not as long as on the ShengShou because it doesn't lock into the kind of core thing they have going on, which does not exist in this cube. And it goes with the centerpiece or inner centerpiece pretty normally. Nothing too interesting about that. So those are the internals of the cube. If you can see inside here that there's a little ring and then the square piece, so there's where the locking or anti-locking mechanism is. So the circular part stays put and the square part rotates around that, and that's how the mechanism works. And then there's the core. So those are the internals of this cube, and I'm gonna put this back together. Okay, so I got it back together, and I'll conclude this with a solve with a scramble first. So not gonna time this because I'm kind of looking through the camera, but anyways, I think this cube is a great cube, especially, I don't know, if you like to do 4x4, I would definitely recommend trying it out. It's a little bit steeper priced than the ShengShou's, but I'd say it's definitely worth the money. It's a real nice cube. Doesn't really lock too much. So corner cuts well, nice and smooth. So I really like it. It's pretty much become my main at this point, and I really recommend it. So I'll go ahead and solve this. So white, and we have, oops, I use Yao, so, and so time-wise, I've gotten a lot of sub 1s with this cube. I'm obviously not going to get it sub 1 now, but it has improved my times actually, because it's got a lot less locking issues than the my ShengShou that I have. So it's definitely improved my times, and it's a lot more fun to solve because it doesn't lock as much. So going on to edge pairing, and what do we have? Also, KC3, Kevin Costell III, broke the NAR national or North American record average and single with this cube, not this cube, but with the WeiSu, not this specific one. And that was pretty cool to watch. I seem to have screwed this up. There we go. Okay, I had to do like a bunch of M slices there. But anyways, so it's a really good cube. I definitely recommend that you try it out. And thank you for watching.